on Married to Medicine.
Let's hit the streets and get up in these Napa Valley vineyards.
My husband is not used to doing things with his hands except for surgery.
This is my first time ever being alone with the kids by myself.
You got a new appreciation.
I am very cautious about what I let go in my vagina, and it stinks so bad.
We have decided that none of us currently have an emotional connection with you.
So where does that leave us in establishing a relationship?
Don't look at the camera, darling. What? Whoa.
No, you're supposed to be.
That's fucking huge. That's fucking huge.
No, it ain't.
Okay, guys. Take that shot so I can get started and do our introduction. Oh, it just started buzzing. What the fuck? Oh, now it stopped. Now it's back on.
Huh?
What just happened? Oh my God. I cannot believe that. It completely stopped and now it's buzzing again. Okay. Let's get started on this week's in the top 10. I'm just talking shit. No. I just don't know what level it's on. Anyway, so this is episode 7 of Married to Medicine, season 10, episode 7. Thank you guys for tuning in again to our channel. I don't know if you guys are tuning in because you think that it's a Bravo clip that you're playing and you're like, oh, Bravo posted a clip, and then you click on it and you notice that it's not Bravo. Well, you know what? Read. Don't get mad at me. Come on here and cuss us the fuck out. Why the fuck are y'all sitting here clickbaiting people? Y'all been doing this for too many years. Bitch, it ain't clickbaiting. It's the way I choose to do my thumbnails. Maybe it was clickbaiting in the first place, but I got so caught up and I got so good at it that, you know,
if y'all don't start getting so caught up in this shit, like y'all don't know this is part of YouTube culture. Everybody do clickbait, even Ty.
And it says, when you sign up for YouTube and you get into the monetization program,
oh, Lord.
It says you can do that.
I knew that was coming.
Orange juice is all gone. Now it's not buzzing.
Oh, it's not.
But as soon as you get started, it's going to be buzzing.
It's going to be fucked up.
As the fuck out the thing.
Anyway, I appreciate you guys for tuning in to this episode of This Is Weed Gummies that Jay is trying to make me eat. Now, we already been fucked the fuck up from this shit. And Jay is trying to make us
These
eat
is
more.
3,000
not like how
milligrams.
fucked up I was. I was too fucked up, okay? I was fucked up on a level like I was about to puke all over the place. And I smoke a lot of weed. I smoke weed to the point where I feel like I'm going to puke. But this, to be eating it and to be that high eating something, and then when you eat, your high don't even go down. It's like it exacerbates
it. Get worse. Yes.
It's like you can't even eat and say, let me bring this shit down a little bit. As a matter of fact, the shit picks up and you think you can smoke another blunt behind eating this shit. You can't. Your ass is going to be down for the count. This shit is a sleep aid. It's got to be a sleep aid.
I didn't take all mine.
How much you took?
I took more than that.
And it's not best to chew it all in your teeth.
Yeah, because it gets stuck to your teeth. You just chew it a little bit, then swallow it, honey. Y'all bitches know how to swallow. Don't have brain them.
All right. So this is episode 7, season 10, Married to Medicine. I don't know what the name of this episode is. If I knew, I would say what the name of it is.
Lean up and get that lighter.
Which light is the lighter?
Up under your hat.
That's not it, baby.
Yes, it is.
I don't have nothing to say. I'm just trying to hurry up with this fucking
Anyway,
episode.
this shit called sour grapes or something. Hold on, wait. Let me tell y'all.
Something about grapes.
The Grapes of Wrath.
The Grapes of Wrath. And what was the last episode?
Wine Country.
Wine. Oh, that's what you were trying to tell me. The name of the episode was Wine Country. Okay. So this is episode 8. The what?
You mean 7?
I mean, this is episode 7. What?
Grapes of Wrath.
And episode 8 won't be out until 2 weeks from now, January 9th.
7th.
Oh, I thought she said January 9th.
It said.
Oh, okay. I thought
It said January 7th.
Oh, okay, she's probably right. I think she was wrong. She said the 7th, I think, but maybe not. So we're moving on to episode 7. And so we're at we're back at the table where we ended off at with Quad gagging. And excuse me. And then, you know, one thing that Quad does when she's backed up against the wall is start throwing out accusations. She said that Mariah did coke. She threw up some accusations about Lisa. She had that investigator go dig up some dirt about Lisa because her back was against the wall. And now she's telling everybody at this table something that we didn't even know on Housewives. Maybe it's something that happened after Apollo, but that he dated Phaedra for a little while and that she was asking for something like upwards of $4,000 a month to date her. And unfortunately, it's hard for me to believe Quad and it's hard for me to believe Phaedra. The reason why I say Phaedra is because Phaedra's a liar. And the reason why I say Quad is because, like I said, when her back is against the wall, she begins to just, she turns into a porcupine, a skunk. She begins to spew out
and
some
spray
defense.
all the nasty shit.
Yes, she begins to spew out and spray all of her defense. And it's like, is that, can we believe that? Or is it just emotion? You know what I'm saying? So we end on that. You know, we ended last week on the table. We started at the table. Quad is gagging. Heavenly is still trying to throw everybody under the bus. And Quad moved on.
Well, let me just say this. A lawyer's job is to convince you of something that you don't know is true. That's their job.
Right.
To convince you that someone is guilty, to convince you that someone is not guilty, to convince you that you owe this person money. It's their job to convince you of something that you don't know whether or not it's true or just. So it makes perfect sense that Phaedra is in the middle of this shitstorm just like she was on Housewives because she is good at convincing people.
Yeah, that's true. She should she should definitely, I thought that was weed on the floor. She should definitely be right there. That bud in between them two cords. But maybe that's not a bud. I'm tripping.
This?
No.
That?
Yes. Ain't no bud. I'm tripping. Anyway, but I do think that Quad didn't own anything at this table. Like I said last week on last week's episode, Quad didn't own anything. Phaedra, so they were sitting in here trying to figure out what they're gonna do with Quad, and I felt like, in the moment what I felt like was shit. While Simone and Jackie sitting here trying to figure out what they're gonna do with Quad, these are the two motherfuckers that need to be fired cold-heartedly. Just drop their ass like a hot tamale because I'm bored of Jackie. I'm bored of Simone, and they bring nothing. If you notice, every time we get to a Simone scene, I have nothing to say about Simone's scene, nothing to say about Jackie's scene. I just think
Unless
that they
it's
are
about
boring
fucking her
and not
sons.
brilliant. Right.
Cute
Big
Funky
teeth.
Dineva saying he finna fuck Sheree's son.
Right.
This episode was just as flat as the rest of them. Anyway, girl, I'm finna give you some real tea with no chaser. Girl, fuck this episode. I wanna fuck Sheree's son. Cairo. Now, I know your mama sued me, and that ain't got nothing to do with you. Whenever you ready, baby, you can itch and get your yaya in this marmalade any day. Okay? Girl, I'm just playing. I don't even know that lady's son, but I'd like to get to know him. Hey, Cairo, daddy.
What I wrote down is Phaedra lied too much. Toya came back in the room. Toya said she smelled fart. I can't even believe Phaedra when Phaedra say she ain't farted. I'm sorry. I don't believe shit that bitch say. I think she farted. Unfortunately, I think she farted, and she sat there with this straight face like, farted?
Maybe her breath little stink. Maybe she...
Nah, her ass is gassy. Her ass stink, and her breath stink. So Quad came into the room. They brought Quad into the room. One thing I didn't understand is why Phaedra was here in the room. If you didn't bring the new girls, invite Alicia and Letitia into the room. I didn't understand why Phaedra was invited in the room because she's still a new girl, but you know, I get it. They probably still needed her vote. And not only that, she's a Bravo alumni, so she probably jumped to a high ranking hopping on this show. She probably jumped over all of their heads when she hopped on the show. She's probably getting paid the most. I wouldn't be surprised.
Sure, I believe they gave her rain check on that vote that they used to get her ass up off Housewives.
Right. But it hurt me to even watch Quad have to be rejected the way she was being rejected, even down to the, do you want to sleep in her room? Do you want her to sleep in your room? Do you want her to sleep in your room last week?
Well,
all
she
of
a
that
homeless
was
person.
Right. All of that was to definitely make Quad feel like she was unwanted or she was being put away or rejected. They intentionally played all of that. The editors played it. The executives of Bravo, whoever decided to put that out, did all that on purpose. And Simone and Toya did that on purpose. They wanted it to sound that way and make her feel bad. And I get it. They're mad at her, so they're coming at her for what she has done to them. But in the moment, we're not even thinking about what she did in the past. It's like a dog biting the shit out of Kenya Moore and tearing her up to where she looks unrecognizable. Nobody's going to be thinking, well, she shouldn't have been doing that to Porsha. Some people will, but a lot of people will be thinking, damn, fuck that dog. That dog need his ass beat. You know what I'm saying? Because people forget about all the bad you do once you've been hurt badly or once something happens to you. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the way we all think. Not all of us, but some of us. But it did hurt to see her, and it hurt to see Phaedra be, sit here as if they wasn't just the bust down and the bust down this and the bust down that, 'cause that's just my little good girl. And
Welcome.
Awkward.
Phaedra tells me that she's not bringing you on the trip. She said that she told you, then I hear from you. So it seems like you're using me.
I was not going to keep inviting you to stuff if it was all this energy.
It didn't go down that way. Phaedra said it went down that way.
That's what Phaedra said.
No, I need you to own that you said these things.
I don't have an emotional attachment. I'm trying to get back there with you all.
You said that she was a whole mess. That's what you said. I know you're going to come with some bullshit.
Not
and I'm
coming
sick
with
of
no Y'all shit too.
No, don't my shit. My shit. Yo shit.
You can take the girls out of Atlanta, but you can't take the Atlanta out of the girls.
Girl, I'm not going to lie. I don't have to lie. All I'm saying is, this is my point. My point is you are a user. You use my friendship. You keep saying we're sisters, and you say,
you keep saying we're sisters, and you talk
no,
so much crap about me.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Is there any way?
You said that she was a whole mess. That's what you said.
Well, I think what we're saying, though, we are hurt from your saying you have no emotional attachment to us.
But the relationships are broken, Jack.
Quiet might as well be a pig on the table with an apple in her mouth, because it's a grill session.
I had to be twerking at the front door.
Oh, bam.
I met Phaedra through my ex-husband, Dr. G.
It was beautiful. I love it.
Some coffee? I would like some tea because I'm about to spill some. That is my good girl. We might bust it down and bring it back up, a little twerk session going. It's just always so much fun.
So what's going
like we the freaking frat number 2, and look at what this bitch do. She sit here and say, I don't want her sitting next to me. Let's sit over there, because it's kind of mean, or what she say is put off or something, that they would be putting her out of here like this. I felt like that was even too much. You couldn't even let your friend sit next to you so you can console her.
You already changed your flight on her ass.
Right, and it had to be revealed the way it had to be revealed.
Right.
It was very messy the way it was revealed. The least you could have did was let her sit here next to you, right?
Right, and then Heavenly said, no. Simone said, none of us here have an emotional connection with you. Phaedra should have jumped up and said, well, no, I wouldn't go as far as to say that.
Right, at least that. At least.
I think that I do have an emotional connection with Quad, but sometimes she feels distant from the group. She's, isolating herself, whatever you need to say. But you just kind of allow that narrative to just apply to everybody by not saying anything.
I think that at the resurrection, Quad did come off really strong. She came off really strong. That was hard for them to. What's wrong?
I was just finna say, Phaedra ain't no fool. She damn sure is. She know what team to pick.
Yeah, she do.
Quiet ass on the way out the door. I won't be with her.
Yep, so. She sure do. She ain't no damn fool. But I just felt like she came off strong at the resurrection. She didn't give people time to, let off their energy to her. If they need to let off their energy to you, and you are sincerely coming to them ready to bury hatchet, you have to allow them to let that steam off and close your mouth, because you said you were ready. If you ain't ready, then what you come to them with the bullshit for? It's obvious you ain't ready, because you were supposed to let Toya let it all out on your ass. Whatever she needed to say, go ahead and let it out. But let's be respectful. Go, Toya. Say what you got to say. Is we done with it or not? Okay, I'm moving on. Is we done with it or not? Okay. It was
that
like,
was I said what I said. So can you eat with it or not?
That wasn't humble at all. And I put that the production was low down and dirty for even letting this play the way they did, even down to the letting Toya read all the text messages that everybody had saying no. Alicia said, yes, she can sleep in my room, but that's neither here nor there, because Alicia is a nobody. We don't know who she is right now. Dr. G told Letitia the correct thing when she called Dr. G to explain to Dr. G that they had an intervention at the dinner table. At this point in time, Letitia does not know that they've kicked Quad off the show or out of the group. She's only aware of the intervention or the big argument that happened that night, her and Alicia. They're not aware of the conversation that the OGs had with Quad at this point. So she's telling Dr. G one story because she hasn't heard about the second one. And Dr. G is saying in this moment something that is so correct. If I were you, I would stay completely out of the shit. I would ignore it and act like I have earplugs in my ear. That is completely right. I would just shut the fuck up when it comes down to Quad. Everything about Quad, I would just act like she doesn't exist when it comes to Letitia. I like Quad and I like Letitia. Quad is my girl. But if Letitia want to look professional, she want to look like a bad bitch, she want to look like that bitch, that girl, I would act like Quad doesn't exist. But when she doesn't in your world. But when she speak, it would be, hey, how you doing, sweetie? Hey, yeah, of course, and da-da-da-da-da. But we're not going to bond this relationship where we're going out of town and all that shit. No.
We'll keep it cute. That's it.
Keep it cute. That's it.
Please.
Last night was a lot. You know, I kind of sat quiet. We all had dinner last night. Quad, she came.
Listen, I want you to stay out of it then. If I were you, I would just put in earplugs. Anyway, babe, I hate to rush off like this, but I do got to get back to work.
All right, baby. All right, I love you.
I'll talk right back when I get there.
Okay. Bye-bye, baby.
But Dr. G definitely told his wife correct. Toya was so happy to me to have gotten Quad off the show. When she got ready to talk to Letitia and Alicia about it, it came off like very like giddy. Like, you know, this is something that I really wanted to do. And now the bitch is gone. And that's what Quad said. Quad said if Toya could get me out of this group, she would be so happy. And it seemed like she has. She succeeded in doing that. Jackie getting ready to speak to Kamala. I didn't care about that. Jackie scenes are boring. And
Good
of
job,
course,
yeah, woohoo.
And of course, y'all lost y'all appetite. They got to Napa, before they got to Napa. Oh, here, I'm sorry.
No, I'm not.
Before they got to Napa, or in Napa, I can't think of where they were. Toya or Simone, one of them, they were talking to each other, but one of them said they lost their appetite. And I felt like, of course you lost your appetite, because when guilt is eating you up, you can't eat nothing. Because guilt is eating you up. Guilt is eating up that hungry feeling you feeling, and guilt is eating up your taste buds. You don't even have a taste for nothing. So the reason why you didn't have a appetite is because guilt was eating you up.
Sure, all of this Quad she was tearing that shit up.
Right. I think that guilt was definitely eating at them. But I think that coming up soon, shit is about to go down between Toya and Phaedra. Toya said that she took Phaedra with her. She can only take one person into her executive meeting with the wine people, and she decided to take Phaedra with her.
For what?
And she said, why would I not want a lawyer coming in with me? And it just came off like she's using Phaedra for the title. You know what I'm saying?
Phaedra
like,
using
she
ass.
has a title. I'm using Phaedra for her title. That's what it came off as. So I do believe that these two are going to eventually get into it. I do think these two are going to eventually get into it, because Toya don't care what she say.
I'm finna say Toya will get into it with a weed in the grass.
Right. Okay. Heavenly said in her confession that Brown makes her calm down. Brown brings her down. She a fucking lie. That Brown pick her up.
Ass height.
Okay. The fuck. Toya asking white women at this table during her meeting, how do she market to black people when it comes down to wine, really made me feel away, because we can never own anything. I can see if there was a black wine company that's been around for years upon years upon decades, and you're talking to them about marketing wine to black people, you know, and it's fine that she's doing that. My point is, it just makes me sad that it still ends up being the white man, the white person that is in charge of everything. So Toya still has a partnership / boss. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because they could pull their partnership away from Toya at any point in time, right?
Yeah, they could.
And she'll have to distribute.
Just like they just did Diddy ass.
Exactly. Okay, what's my next? No, Phaedra and her fake support sitting next to Toya was really irking me. All of the like, she's confused and turning her head, like she like in this condescending way, like, oh, okay, you know, like it was coming off like she was smarter than Toya, and Toya don't know her shit right here next to me. And
that type of lifestyle has always been apparent with Phaedra. She always thought Nene was less than her, and Porsha and all that. So
yeah, I didn't like that Phaedra was sitting next to her, like, doing that. It felt like you were kind of knocking her during her meeting a little bit. The new girl, they switch over to the new girl, and I just felt like, girl,
Alicia.
Yes, Alicia's husband is very feminine.
Oh, feminine. He's
very feminine.
Took some Tylenol before you came here.
How you doing with your wife in California? You got kids.
I mean, it's hard. I mean, this is my first time ever being alone with the kids by myself.
Wait, first time?
Never.
Should I try to meal prep before I leave?
I mean, as long as we have groceries, I should be okay. This is your gift for Mother's Day. That's coming out.
No, I'm gonna need something else, honey. Another bag, shoes. We'll see. Hey.
No. No.
Words back? Absolutely.
When I see Alicia and Kimma together, Alicia just smiles at whatever he's saying, and she doesn't really say much.
Excuse me, I'm ready to go, sweetheart. It's a little bit much for my first party here in Atlanta.
Give me 5 minutes. We'll finish up a serious conversation. Yeah,
I'll let you have a good
in a
time.
second. Yeah.
When he's not around, she's very opinionated.
And I'm like, why the fuck is he so feminine? I wonder if she knows that he a little feminine. But I think he's from Nigeria, so them Nigerian men will get that dick sucked. But he said he's never been home with the kids, and that was a shocker for the men. The men were really shocked by that. Like, wow, you've never been at home with your kids. That's crazy. Wake up.
I'm not asleep.
You know? Oh, okay. So Simone had a confession about Alicia, the new girl, and was explaining that Alicia acts different around her husband and around the girls. So around the girls, she act one way, and around her husband, she acts another way. And I noticed that just from the slightest little clip they gave us of them. It gave me, she don't even want to look at him in his eyes. Like she on the brink of divorcing him or something.
It gave me what? Ken, shut the fuck up.
Nene, what did you think of Ken?
I actually like Ken. I think Ken is the better person. Yeah.
That was slightly a compliment.
What makes Ken a better person?
Because Ken shuts the up.
Well, maybe Nene should be more like Ken. She needs to learn how to shut the up.
Nene is more like Ken. Nene coming to get in that ass.
He's the head and I'm the neck. And the head can't turn without the neck.
I would take out the hammer, the screwdriver, and do the hard stuff. I would be like, you're not a man. Those are the things that I would say.
No, that's bad.
So if you could, you would take those.
Alicia is always around or somebody else.
Really?
How old are the kids? The 1-year-old boy, and then my daughter's 5.
Really?
5 years? I was on with the baby quick.
Eugene knew how to feed the kids, bathe the kids, and get them to sleep.
What else you need? You got a new appreciation.
I have a whole new appreciation. 2 kids is like torture.
That's what it gave me.
Yeah, it was giving something's not right with this relationship, and I'm ready to see this relationship unfold.
But he did sound he sounded a little bit abrasive and controlling and dismissive.
Give me 5 minutes.
Yeah, give me 5 minutes. We're having a very serious conversation, as if what she's coming to tell you is not very serious. It's just your wife.
Right. Exactly. Didn't give her the time of day to hear her at all. My last note here is that Phaedra says she broke up with her guy. So they asked Phaedra, like, Toya is so messy. Like, Phaedra, where your doctor man at, honey? You on the show with us. Where your doctor man at? Phaedra says she broke up with him and found a new one. As she says that, they close it out. Still to come. They give us the half-season trailer. And it shows Phaedra doing what she said she was going to do. They said she broke up with the doctor. She won't be married to medicine. She's going to be the medicine. She's going to do chakra medicine or what is it? Spiritual medicine.
Yeah, chakra healing or some shit.
Chakra healings and spiritual medicines and stuff like that. So I guess she'll get a doctorate in that.
Reiki healing is what it's called.
Oh, Reiki healing. Oh, okay. And she's gonna be doing injections and shit. But that's something Quasha did. I'm thinking to myself, what do y'all do with this money that Bravo give y'all? Why don't y'all expand?
She can't relax me to do a goddamn thing.
She could have just built something doctor-wise or nurse-wise and been the fucking owner of a medical facility or something.
She like dogs so much, she could have did a doggy doctor.
Thank you. A veterinarian. Thank you. Why didn't she do that? Oh Lord, Quad is. Why I'm on this break? I go to school if I was Quad.
People in Atlanta is not like people in New York. We is not spending $3,000 on a dog that had no surgery. He lived his life.
That's true.
Okay, I'm sorry. Not unless we got it like that. Got it like that.
Better go on and go on up the glory.
Okay.
Well, Phaedra, what the hell is Dr. O?
Yeah, we broke up. Yeah. But I have a new doctor. We broke up.
Still to come this season on Married to Medicine. I wanted to bring you into my other holistic world. We just are gonna relax.
See you later. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I don't know what else I got to say. We are so sleepy. We've been up all day, all morning, and tired as hell. Get a little
but no, I did have something to say.
What was it? Cause I'm done. You don't know.
I don't remember.
Okay, let's get the fuck out of here then. You'll have to say that in 2 weeks when they come back.
Well, I damn sure ain't gonna remember them, but I guess it's all right. It was about them kicking Quad. Oh, I felt really sad. And I'll tell y'all that I just felt like Heavenly and Phaedra really had to.
Heavenly want to be acting like she cares so
right,
much.
But they pushed themselves through that. They pushed themselves through that to allow Quad to be.
If it's a unanimous vote, it's obvious. I mean, it's obvious that Bravo will do that because all the ladies have to do is threaten that they will not be filming.
And that's what they said, that the ladies
be filming.
threatened that they weren't going to be filming with Quad.
Have to go to Quad and
so
say,
then they said, look, unfortunately, we can't film you anymore because the rest of the ladies are saying they're not going to film.
And we have a budget and a schedule that we are on, and we have to complete this for Bravo, the network. And if we don't, it's all of our asses. All of our asses. So Quad, unfortunately, will call the executives, see what they have to say about this, but we have to ask you to leave or we can't even continue filming. And that's so stubborn of Toya them. They know how to make shit shake and bake and roll and move. All they gotta do is say, I won't be filming. Nene, Kandi, they all do the same thing. Kandi say, I'm not gonna be filming. Phaedra will not be back. But we do want Phaedra back so bad that, you know what? We'll just move her to another show. How about that? We'll bring her back for Road Trip and we'll move her to Married to Medicine since Kandi is being stubborn and won't let that. Bravo has allowed these ladies to do this. So it's about who's more valuable. Alicia and Letitia is probably going to bring more heat than Quad alone. and Phaedra. That's 3 new girls, and kick Quad out. They rather have Quad gone.
Well, she ain't got shit going on.
But they'll be dumb as fuck. They don't get goddamn Mariah, Quad, and Phaedra and Heavenly on the same screen.
Ooh, that'll be fire. That's
Heavenly, Quad,
explosive.
Phaedra, and Mariah all on the same screen. Toya can go, Jackie can go, and Simone can go.
No, Toya can't go.
Letitia need to stay.
Toya and Letitia
Well,
can't go.
Toya can stay then. Jackie, Simone, and Alicia need to go. Alicia is taking too long to show us what they got going on in their relationship.
Not gay.
I ain't say that. I stopped myself.
Shit. I
Okay.
just watched them damn pants. I can't talk.
All right, y'all. I'm Rico Bellucci.
And I'm Jay Bellucci.
And we are out. Make sure you follow us. Bye. We out. So you fall asleep on me? Oh, sorry.
Really the better.
It's a lie. It's like you got to love them because if you don't, god dang, it's too much.
But you can't take them back.
But the bullet wounds are still there.
Heavenly. You're anything but heavenly.
And then when this lady put you down, then you called me, right?
She put me down?
Yes. She said she was definitely not going to bring you on this trip. Okay? And I think she even changed her flight so she didn't have to ride with you.
I knew it. I knew it.
Why didn't you get on the plane with Quad?
I thought my flight was for later.
So it didn't have anything to do with you and Quad?
No, we're fine.
First of all, I didn't even know that Phaedra and I was not cool at all. So her telling me that she's not bringing me around him, I don't need you to bring me around Phaedra Parks. Park it, Miss Parks. Let's remember how you got in the group on some real shit.
All right, everybody. I'm Rico Bellucci.
And I'm Jay Bellucci.
Thank you guys for tuning in. This was a long-ass fucking episode.
Was it?
Yes, this was a long-ass fucking episode.
Oh, yeah.
I know it was. What does it say?
1 hour, 54 minutes.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. And we done talked a lot in this video.
But I got up and peed like twice, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You got up to be twice. You got up to roll up the blunt, all of that shit. Anyway, make sure you check out our podcast, Everywhere Podcasts Can Be Heard, the Urban Binge Radio Podcast, Everywhere Podcasts Can Be Heard, the Urban Binge Radio Podcast. Check us out, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Follow us everywhere you can follow us on social media, at Rico Bellucci on Twitter and on Instagram and on Facebook. You can find Jay at Jay on Instagram and at Jay Bellucci, at Jay Bellucci on Instagram. And make sure you guys check out the OnlyFans. The OnlyFans is at The Dictator Show, right? Mm-hmm. I'll put it below, DICK, Dictator Show. And we have some content coming there. We're going to make sure that it does not cost our arm and a leg. We're going to try to make sure it costs the bare minimum for you guys. Whatever is the minimum that OnlyFans will charge us, it will stay there until we blow up more. Now, when we have a bitch on like T.S. Madison or somebody like that, and you bitches is paying more. So you better pay for that monthly subscription, because you pay by the video, then you're gonna fuck around and miss out on a great ass interview.
Bitch, we get Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union. She want to talk about how she lick his booty hole, bitch. It's over with.
Oh yeah, you never know. You never know how well this could go. But this is gonna be a great
I'm
show.
just saying, I don't know what she do,
hosted by the one and the only Jay Bellucci. And you guys are gonna love it. It's just sex is what we're talking on this show. Sex. And we may put the show on AMP like Kandi, follow up behind Kandi and put it on AMP, maybe. But we'll see you guys later. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Follow us at the Urban Binge, and listen to our podcast, like I said earlier, at the Urban Binge Radio Podcast. Everywhere podcasts can be heard. We are out. Bye.
Bye.
The Urban Binge Radio Podcast,
where we discuss viral topics, hot jams, new artists, fun, and informative interviews and conversations. This is your news stop for the hottest trend in urban culture news. 2 shows, 1 podcast, The Urban Binge Show and Sunday Flow Show, powered by The Urban Binge.
The Urban Binge Radio Podcast. Listen anywhere podcast can be heard.
It was just a blessing in disguise. The blessing in disguise. A blessing in disguise. Bye.